We start with the COVID-19 crisis that continues to grip the country.
It certainly does. It's the virus that refuses to loosen its grip on the country, unfortunately, like many other countries around the world. And ahead of another three-day holiday, which starts on Friday, tomorrow, South Korea is set to see another daily caseload above 2,000. Perhaps it could be well in excess of that.
Yes, that's right. And for more on this, we have Arirang's Choi Won-jong here in the studio with us. Morning, Won-jong.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, Won-jong, the South Korean health authorities will officially announce today's COVID-19 infection toll. And but based on what we've seen last night, how are things looking so far?
So today's number of COVID-19 cases in South Korea will once again rise above 2,000 mark. As far as cases go, from midnight to 9 p.m. on Wednesday, 2,101 cases were reported. That's 230 cases more than at the same time on the previous day. Among local infections, over 76% were from the Greater Seoul area, but again, this could change in the next 2 hours or so. However, compared to the same period a week ago, to be precise, the figure has decreased by 143.
Won-jong, also from today, people who've been fully vaccinated in countries other than South Korea can show proof of vaccination while they are here. Tell us more about that.
So that is actually correct. A lot of people who've gotten their the COVID-19 vaccines outside of Korea have found it very difficult to prove their inoculation status when visiting coffee shops and restaurants, meaning they weren't eligible for vaccine incentives. Kicking off Thursday, those who come to Korea with the quarantine exemption document can prove their inoculation status, meaning they are now able to participate in the vaccine incentives. They can register their information online using apps like Kuv at local health centers. They will help travelers inoculate abroad, and U.S. soldiers stationed in Korea prove their vaccination status. However, it only applies to vaccines that are approved by the WHO.
Now, Won-jong, despite COVID-19 infections continuing across the country, South Korea's health authorities have reaffirmed their plan to bring back things to normal as soon as possible. Can you tell us more on that?
So this happened actually yesterday, which is the Wednesday here in South Korea. So the Korean health authorities are going all out to prepare the so-called Living with the COVID-19 plan and the gradual return to normal. Looking at several details provided, the authorities said that they're focusing on the country's vaccination rate, adding that the ideal rate for the transition is when 70% of the country's total population is vaccinated, meaning 80% of adults and 90% of senior citizens. However, the authorities said they are concerned over the current infection rates, projecting that daily infections could top 5,000 in the late October. That's the same period that they had expected to begin transition back to normal life.
So in order to do that, though, the authorities want to see a much lower rate in terms of new daily infections, as well as more people with immunity from COVID-19 for that to happen. Is this booster shot that's coming for certain people in society likely to help what they're terming this gradual return to normalcy at all?
Right, so that is very a good point. I do think so. As you know, the health authorities have started taking vaccine reservation for booster shots for those groups who are exposed to higher risk of catching mostly COVID-19. Yeah.
Then who's eligible for these additional shots?
So since October 5th, those in their 60s and most medical workers have been applying for their booster jab. They're getting an mRNA vaccine from either Pfizer or Moderna. To clarify this a little bit more, if you've previously got the Pfizer vaccine for all doses, you'll get another Pfizer shot. And if you had 2 doses of Moderna shot, your extra shot will also be from Moderna. However, if you were administered with the AstraZeneca's vaccine, you will still receive either Pfizer or Moderna.
So naturally, that leads to the question, if someone watching had the AstraZeneca shot first,
right.
Then got the Pfizer shot, which a great many people have had that combination.
That is correct, yeah.
What are they going to get for this third booster shot?
So that's a lot of people actually question about. So you will still get either Pfizer or Moderna's vaccine, and the booster shot for Janssen, actually. Some of them actually got the Janssen vaccine, but that has not been decided yet, so we'll see what happens after all. But I also want to point out that research said that effectiveness of Pfizer vaccine says 11 times higher for preventing the infections and 19 times higher for preventing severe cases compared to those who didn't have the extra shot. So that's a big news.
Well, thank you very much, Won-jong, for your report. So potentially people could have an AstraZeneca, a Pfizer and a Moderna shot floating around their system, under this system. Thank you ever so much for your report, and we'll see you again on Friday. Thank you.
Thank you.